as you hold me close. Oh, I can make anything that you want me to be, as long as you don't let go. Lose myself just for you. Change my hair and the way that I walk. Doing myself make me brand new. Cut out my tongue so I can talk. 'Cause I can make anything that you want me to be, as long as you hold me close. Oh, I can make anything that you want me to be, as long as you don't let go. This next song is called Cyanide. So this song gets kind of loud, so I'm going to step away from the mic a little bit. You know what they say, you hear it every day. It's better to have loved and lost than never have not to know. When I say that's wrong, I'll never forget the times, the stupid laughs and meaningless feelings, smoking cigarettes in the park, 'cause our minds they needed healing. How can I move on? My thoughts won't let me be. I close my eyes, can't sleep at night, 'cause your face is all I see. You're my poison, and you're killing me from the inside. You're poison, and you're killing me
Pleasure to meet all. I'm here a little late, but that's perfectly okay. Cool. So the first song I wrote is, I thought about if I could put the color navy blue in a song, it would be this song. So here you go.
So by the time I die, you're gone. You were born to break my heart. She came with masking tape and a pretty face I love. I'm digging ditches and I'm building fences for some late night sophistication. A glass of wine, it's a quarter to 9, and it's time for crystallization. Oh, ooh, I love the way you make me move. Ooh, I love the way you carry my tune. Ooh, I love you too. I'm gloving parking lot. She got an old Civic, so by the time I die, we're told. Didn't mean to break my heart. Still got the masking tape in the junk drawer we made. I'm digging ditches and I'm building fences for some late night sophistication. A glass of wine, it's a quarter to 9, and it's time for crystallization. Ooh, I love the way you make me move. Ooh, I love the way you carry my tune. Ooh, I love you too. Ooh, I love the way you carry my tune. Ooh, I love the way you carry my tune. Ooh, I love you.
Love it. I love it, actually. My keys? No. Oh, yes, yes.
Okay, we have a quorum. Thank you for those performances. We'll stand and do the pledge, please. I pledge allegiance. Thank you. Okay, we're going straight into board elections. It is now time for us to elect a board, let me borrow your pen. Thank you so much. A board chair, a vice chair, and according to our new policies that popped up, we have now is it Tennessee Legislative Network? Is that what TLN stands for? A representative to the Tennessee Legislative Network. So I will now entertain nominations for chair.
I would like to nominate Anna Shepherd for
Are there
chair.
any other, thank you. Are there any other nominations? Are there any other nominations?
Amy.
Are there any other nominations for chair? Thank you very much. So we have one name on the ballot. All in favor of Anna Shepherd for chair, please raise your hand.
Do we need a second?
Oh, I'm sorry.
I second it.
Okay. All in favor for Anna Shepherd for chair, please raise your hand. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 in favor. Very good. Nominations for vice chair.
I invite.
Would that be Amy? You're going for?
Yes.
All righty, Amy.
For vice
Is there a
chair.
second for Amy Froh for vice chair?
I second.
We got 2 seconds. You better go, Amy. All right. All in favor for Amy Froh for, whew, get it out. Vice chair? Show of hands, please. We got 1, 2, 3, and 4. 4. Is that a?
5.
We got 5. All opposed? We got 2. Got 9 people up here. Any abstentions? We got 2 abstentions. So we have Anna Shepherd for chair, Amy Froh for vice chair. Any nominations for Tennessee Legislative Network representative?
Christian Bugs.
Christian Bugs. Is there a second for Christian?
I have another nomination, too.
Oh, sorry.
I decline anyway.
Thank you very much. Are there any other nominations for Tennessee Legislative Network? Are there any nominations for TLN representative? Okay, Mr. Smarty Pants. You found it. What do we do now?
What is it?
We got to find somebody. We have a policy now that says we have to. Are there any nominations for TLN rep? We're going to be here all night, guys.
No, we're not.
Yes, we are.
Madam Chair, Amy has been doing it for the last
But now
several
she's
years.
vice chair.
And she can't do it as vice
No.
chair? Okay.
All right. I had the same thunk because I wasn't expecting this.
You know what? I saw a meme today that said, be careful of who you choose to be in your crew because some people will sink the ship if they can't be captain. I will be the Tennessee Legislative Network representative.
Very good. We have one. We have now an acceptance of the nominations. There is a second
I'll second.
for Christian. Thank you. We have a nomination and a second. Are there any other nominations for TLN? I've done this 8 times, but we'll keep going. One more time. Are there any other nominations for TLN representative? Seeing none, we have one name on the ballot. All in favor of Christian Bugs for TLN rep, please raise your hand. I believe that is unanimous, Ms. Bobo. So we have Anna as our chair, Amy as our vice chair, and Christian as our TLN captain of her ship, Bugs.
No, not my ship.
That's your ship. TLN is your ship now.
Dr.
Don't you try.
Dr. Severe, if you don't mind helping
Nobody.
me talk through what that
Yeah,
looks
we
like.
know what that looks like, but it's your ship. It is your ship. All right, so we have an agenda here, and Ms. Shepherd, if you would like to take over, you may.
Go ahead.
Oh, I'm leaving, so you got it.
leaving? Oh, okay. Well,
Yeah, I got a
okay.
kid that needs to go to dance class.
Okay, I hear you.
So I'll just take us through adoption of the agenda. Are there any changes to the agenda? Yes.
I need to remove, under governance issues, A1D.
The legal settlement, excuse me. Yes. Settlement. A1D comes out. Any other changes? With that being the only change, we'll move forward with the agenda as printed, and we will discuss A1D separately. Congratulations, Ms. Shepherd. Thank you, guys, very, very much.
Thank you. Go ahead.
All right, thanks.
So now we'll go into, and the good news is, and we have Overton High School ambassadors with us tonight. Would y'all please come to the podium? Okay.
Hi, everyone. I'm Courtney Morgan. I'm the new program manager for the Academies of Nashville, so it's good to meet y'all. Today with us, we have Gabby.
Wow.
It doesn't like me. All right. This is Gabby Rochelle, and she is in our Academy of Interdisciplinary Research in the marketing pathway. So she's going to tell a little bit about her experience with the Academies of Nashville and her pathway, and then we also have a video from Trong, who is a member of the Academy.
Okay. Is there no way to turn it off?
IT, and he is on the programming pathway. So that we have a video. We just keep backing up. Like, that's gonna fix it.
Gabby, if you don't mind, we would love to have you present to the rest of the Nashville community. You could join us up here. Oh, coming in hot. Don't be nervous. Don't be nervous. We're in this together.
I think we're good. Awesome. All right, so good evening, board members and attendees. My name is Gabby Rochelle. I'm a senior at John Overton High School in the Academy of Interdisciplinary Research, and I'm the Tennessee DECA State Secretary. So I'd like to share a little bit about my experience in the marketing pathway and how it gave me the opportunity to be elected and how it helped create the person you see before you today. So before coming to John Overton High School, I had never imagined I could even run for state office, much less be elected. The moment I stepped into Mr. Baker's class, that completely changed. Being a part of this academy allowed me to focus on my interests and work towards my goals for the future. With Mr. Baker's support, the impossible became possible and the inachievable became reality. I was encouraged to run for state office during my junior year by not only Mr. Baker, but also by my fellow marketing students. Their confidence in my abilities lit a fire of determination inside of me. From Mr. Baker helping me write speeches, to students helping me practice them, the entire marketing pathway came together to see one person succeed. When I heard my name called at the Tennessee State Career Development Conference, as the state secretary, I also heard the cheers of my fellow chapter members, even over my own thoughts. The feeling of pride radiated off of them as well. Once the session concluded, I was greeted by endless congratulations, overwhelming love, and even a few tears. It was a feeling that I will never forget and always cherish. Thanks to Mr. Baker, my peers, and the marketing pathway, I have been inspired to pursue international business with my minor in marketing next fall. Before coming to John Overton High School, I had never heard of such a field, and now I can confidently say I have found the path of my future. The opportunities I have been blessed enough to receive through my academy have helped make me college ready, career ready, and life ready. So thank you so much for having me and supporting academy experiences like mine for students across Metro Nashville Public Schools.
Thank you.
We have a video from Ryan Trong. Nope, it's not a touchscreen. I don't. Well, it is a touchscreen. All right. Oh, he's touching. Perfect. Because I was like, I don't have those kind of skills. All right. Then I'm gonna walk away.
We'll take that. Picking up everything I say. The hell? Hey, hey.
We had all kind of all day.
What is IT? Well, IT is making projects to have fun. The growth of technology is growing, and so is the demand for jobs. The classes that OpenTech provides set students up for success. Classes like networking, computer science, and web design. I had the chance to participate in web design and coding. For what I can tell you, these classes not only teach you how to work the computer, it teaches you the valuable skill sets needed in life. Skill sets such as communication, creative and critical thinking, team management, and the soft skills. I chose IT because, well, growing up, I always played games, and it just amazes me how, like, guess the code works, how the graphic works, and I'm not really too interested in becoming a doctor or like building houses or even playing in a band. This summer, I had the opportunity to be an intern at Jackson National Life. Walking into this internship, I didn't know what to expect. I was nervous. I didn't even know what project I was given, but the project that they gave me was to make a fake online auction using various programs such as Eclipse and MySQL. I struggled with this project. As I said, I didn't know what I was doing. I was afraid to ask questions. I was even afraid to walk to the microwave because I didn't think I was allowed to. But I realized that failure is the key to success. They want to see you struggle so they can help you. Also, I had the mindset of always thinking about the negative outcome of the situation, which got me nowhere. Then I started using my coworkers as resources, and it made everything much better. The best thing that happened at my internship is just knowing that this is what I want to do in the future. Like, my coworkers aren't really coworkers, they're my family, because they're always there for me when I need help with something or just talking. The IT Academy is just more than computers. It's everything you need. Hopefully I can attend Belmont University where I can major in computer science. My name is Ryan Chong. Thanks for listening.
Could we get a picture opportunity with the student that was here, Ms. Elrod?
Oh, I get to be the person behind the camera.
Thank you so much for having me. Thank you all.
Before the meeting actually started, we were entertained by two students from Nashville School of the Arts who performed the songs that they had written. This is always the best part of the program is when we talk about the students, when we have our academy ambassadors here, when we have our performers here. And so I will turn it to Ms. Bugs to talk about the two students who performed.
Well, Nashville School of the Arts songwriting program is currently in its third year with Grammy nominee and SCA guitar director Ryan Murphy at the helm. The program focuses on learning the history of song, as well as the music business and demo recording processes. Students are encouraged to perform and record regardless of ability level. Please give a round of applause to NSA's students, staff, and performers.
And Ms. Bush, if you want to talk about Cane Ridge artwork.
Yes, love me some Cane Ridge. Cane Ridge High School art students recently collaborated with Nashville landscaper, painter Megan Lytle to create paintings that reflect the beauty of Mill Ridge Park in Antioch. Megan had been working at the site painting the existing landscape before the park is built. She worked with the students, then they crossed the street on 2 occasions to sketch on location. Students returned to the classroom and used their sketches and watercolors to create an acrylic final piece. It was great having another voice to show them how to site out a landscape, choose a focal point, how to lead the viewer's eye, and how to layer their work when painting. They were featured on News Channel 5's Talk of the Town. They are students of art teacher Larissa Antiger. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Bush. Next, we'll move to the public participation portion of our meeting. I believe the names are going to appear on the monitor, so please line up in that order. You will have 3 minutes to speak, and at the end of 3 minutes, you'll hear that sound, and that will please relinquish the mic and let the next person speak. I think first on the list is, can we read it? I got it.
Oh, you have it.
Yeah. Dominique
Dominique.
Hockett. Is Ms. Hockett here?
Or Mr. Hockett.
Okay, we'll move on to Roxy Kulik. Roxy here? We're batting 1,000. How about Kelly Watlington? There she is.
Bless you.
Good evening, Madam Chair, members of the board, and Dr. Battle. My name is Kelly Watlington. You guys kind of know me by now. There are many items I would appreciate the board tackling this year. I would like to see you take up transparency initiatives, retaining our qualified teachers, hiring more bus drivers, taking our teachers, administrators out of their buildings less during school hours, and lastly, it's time to drive home budget talks with city leaders. Many of the items I would like you to tackle hinge solely on a fully funded school budget for the next school year. This business of letting the city dictate to us how much you can ask for needs to stop. Just once, I would love to see you put forth a budget that funds everything. Show them what a fully funded budget looks like. You don't go into negotiations and say how much you think you could get by with. You always ask for everything first and then come down to an agreement on what you can do without until more funding is available. We shouldn't have to tackle budget talks this way with the city, but the reality is we don't have enough in our budget as a city to fund every single thing we need or want. Priorities must be made, and we must continually look at how the district business is handled to make sure we are fiscally responsible with our expenditures so that the city can't push back on us for mishandling of funds. This will require you as members of the board and our school district officials to begin talking to your city council representatives and the future mayor of our city about what is so important about fully funding our schools. Talking about the budget in the 11th hour in April is far too late, because by then they've already had other earworms telling them what they need and we lose out. Not filling our classrooms with certified teachers is unacceptable. Forcing our teachers and staff with no raises or step increases while other city officials receive theirs is ridiculous. Take a look at any company and tell me how well those companies that fail to give raises, step increases do in the long run at maintaining their employees. It is unacceptable that we have bus drivers driving double routes for days, weeks at a time, or have our children show up for school after the bell rings because we can't pay our drivers an affordable wage for the most precious work of delivering our children safely to and from school. I'm giving you multiple talking points for which you can talk our budget up, and I'm sure you can easily find many more. The IT city is leaving our children behind by the hundreds, and it is time for the city to fund the future of the people that will one day be responsible for maintaining and running the city we call home. Though I may not be capable of speaking in front of you for many months to come, I want to remind you I will still be watching and listening and what's going on in the district. So thank you for your time.
Thank you, Kim. Next, we have Daniel Lopez. Do we have Mr. Lopez here? No? Oh, okay, there he is.
There's just an influx of
Goodness. I have no idea.
Hello, everybody. Good evening. My name is Daniel Lopez. I live in Nashville, really close to Enya. So my son attend to J.E. Mom's elementary school, but we decided to send him to Rocket Ship because we were looking for something different. So a year, probably longer than a year ago, I brought my family from Mexico. So my family speak no English at all. So I was afraid about what kind of education they're gonna get. I was trying looking for a better place and all that. So in first place, we just tried the closer school, that's the son's school. But after a week, we saw that that didn't work. He wasn't learning because we already knew the most of the stuff and they were teaching about that. So I started to ask around, so about trying to look for different kind of education, different public schools. So that's how I found Rocketship. So I sent my son over there to this new school, and it has been great. It has been something that it surprised me the way that he has been learning. Even he's starting to get interested on really go to school, learning something different. That's something that really, it got me happy about he's going to this school. My wife has some families around here. Their kids going to the Sunday school, and I can see a big difference between their English, even academics. It's a big difference. And my son, he has been just a year right here, and I can see a big difference. Right now, he's in 3rd grade. This is gonna be his 2nd grade, and he just keep going. And something is sad for me is to see him that he spent almost 2 hours every day on the bus. This has been a really hot summer. There is no AC, so that is really bad. I would love to have a really close school like a Rocketship on ENIAC. It's a big difference. They teach completely different. Or the teachers, we have even communication with the teachers. They let us know their behavior every day. If there is something that we have to correct it, we correct it right away. We don't leave that for later. Their support is great. I don't have any complaints. They don't ignore nobody because you are different race, because you don't even speak the language. Actually, they help you. They push you to coming out and learn the language. Don't be shy. Come out. That is something that they do that I have not seen nowhere else. Like I'm saying, I know some other kids, and I see a big difference than they have been longer time right here. And that's something that I would love to have closer to us. We have a daughter that she's just 1 year and 11 months. So I hope that she can go there. But I would love to she has better situation instead of spending 2 hours on the bus every day. So thank you for your time. I hope you vote for this new school at Thank you.
Thank you. Next, we have Alex, and I'm going to murder the last name. So is Alex here tonight? No, Alex? Okay. Fatima?
Good evening. My name is Fatima Elias. I live in Anyak. I have 3 children at Rocketship United Academy and an older son who just left Rocketship for middle school. My oldest son was at Norman Binkley Elementary School through 3rd grade. Then 2 friends told me about Rocketship and that it was a good school, so I sent my son there for 4th grade. When he first came to Rocketship, everything was hard for him. Now he is in middle school and wishes he could go back. My other children are now in 3rd grade, 1st grade, and kindergarten. My son in 1st grade is learning what I learned in 3rd grade. It makes me wish I had been able to go to a Rocketship school. One of the biggest difference is in information I got from the teacher at the other school. I never heard how my children were doing, whether good or bad. Now I hear everything. My son teacher use an app. It translates the information into Arabic. Even my daughter in kindergarten come home every day with a report on her day. I have a friend in Anyak who would like to come to Rocketship, but it is so far. They cannot send their children there. My kids are 3 school, Rocketship, Head Start, and Kip Middle. They all end at different time, so it's not easy, but it's for me, my kids. If there was a school in Anyak, it would be easier for more families to get a great education from Rocketship. I feel from the help of Rocketship, they do everything my family can do and more. Thank you.
Thank you. And last but not least, Tambera Bryce. Not here? Okay, all right. Well, that concludes our public participation tonight. Thank you for speaking. We will move on to our governance issues and move on to our consent agenda. Ms. Fogg.
1A, recommended approval of change order number 3 for McMurray Middle School additions and renovations, Orion Building Corporation. B, recommended approval of request number 9 for large scope projects at various schools, Bailey Middle School building, below surface waterproofing, Carter Group LLC. C, awarding of purchases and contracts. 1, Achieve 3000, 2, Bomar Construction Company, 3, CDW-G, 4, Four Seasons Incorporated, 5, Imagine Learning Incorporated, 6, Ring Publications LLC, doing business as Mastery Prep, 7, School Dude, 8, Southland Constructors Incorporated. I move that we adopt the consent agenda as read.
Can I get a second? Second. Thank you. All in favor of approving the consent agenda as read, please raise your hand. Opposed? Thank you. And we will now take up the legal settlement claim A1D for $300,000.
I simply pulled it off so I could abstain.
Okay. All right. Can I get a motion for that?
I move that we approve the legal settlement claim 1A1D.
Can I get a second?
Second.
Okay. Thank you. Any discussion around that? Okay. All in favor of approving A1D, the legal settlement claim for $300,000, please raise your hand. Opposed? Thank you. All right, we will go to the director's report. Dr. Battle.
Thank you. Good evening, Madam Chair, Vice Chair, members of the board. Tonight, we will provide you a short 2019-2020 enrollment update. When we give an enrollment update, it is easy to get wrapped up in the numbers. It's important to report those numbers and to review and analyze them in detail. But as we go through the numbers, always keep in mind that every number, every piece of enrollment data represents a child whose family has entrusted to us. Education is personal, and it is imperative that everything we do, even reviewing enrollment data, honors and recognizes the human and personal impact of our efforts. With that in mind, let's review the 20-day enrollment count. At 20 days into the school year, we have our first enrollment report. The official count is at 40 days, but this initial count is an important update because by this time, most of the opening of school fluctuation in enrollment has settled down, and we can make some adjustments based on actual enrollment in our schools. We appreciate the work of our enrollment centers, Ryan Latimer, and staff in the Student Assignment Office do in calculating, projecting, and processing enrollment. It is a tedious and complex process, and they truly do a remarkable job. So thank you to our team. You will see from the report, district-wide enrollment is up, an increase over last year and an increase over projection by more than 500 students. That is a good sign. It varies across the district, but the trend of large and rapid growth in the southern part of the district continues this year. You have some handouts of detailed information in front of you, but at this time, Ryan Latimer will walk us through the figures to help us get a deeper and better understanding of our enrollment.
We don't have those handouts. Sorry. Okay.
They're coming. Sorry about that.
Appreciate that.
Okay. Thank you, Dr. Battle and board members. As mentioned, I'm here tonight to provide an update on the 20th day enrollment and to go over the enrollment and capacity report that was just handed out. I've got about 6 slides or so it'll be fairly quick. Just a point of clarification, the numbers we are reviewing tonight do not include the achievement school districts or the State Board of Education schools. So I just want to state we projected this year 81,184 K-12 students, and actual enrollment came in 519 students above the projection at 81,703. If we compare this to last year, and just a quick note, as Dr. Battle mentioned, this is looking at day 40 enrollment from last year versus day 20 this year. And there's typically about 200 students of flex, either up or down, between now and the official 40th day enrollment. But last year we had 81,428 students. And as of last week, we're at 81,703, which is a net increase for 275 students. If we look at this by tier level, elementary schools were up 58 students. Our middle schools were down 320 students, and as we discussed last year at this time, that's largely due to a very small or a smaller fourth grade class moving up, so that decrease is mostly in fifth grade. And so that is a trend that will likely continue for the next 3 years as it kind of all moves through the tier level. The special education numbers, the high school was the largest increase at 380 students. And special education, which are students in a self-contained classroom, were up 157 kids. Pre-K enrollment is off a projection about 135 students, but it will come up by day 40. There's always some seats reserved for exceptional education students that as they're assessed, there will be place, so that'll close the gap quickly. This slide just kind of looks at where the enrollment increased in the district or decreased by cluster and school type. And these numbers do include preschool and pre-K students. And similar to recent trends, the schools below I-40 continue to grow, particularly in the southeast. And the schools above I-40 have continued to decline in enrollment. This year we saw a particularly large increase in the Cane Ridge cluster. This is primarily driven by the lower enrollment in the Knowledge Academy schools and overall enrollment growth in the elementary schools in that cluster. And then this just kind of is to explain the handout. You have 5 years of enrollment history, 2014-15 through October 18-19. There's the projection for what we thought the schools were going to do in 19-20. And there's what they actually did as far as the 20-day head counts. And then the last column shows the school's capacity and the utilization based on the day 20 enrollment. And that's just a quick overview. I can take any questions.
Ms. Parker?
You didn't list here the enrollment changes up for the English learner population. Do you have that number? Is it up or down or?
It's up significantly. Based on some preliminary data, it looks like it's grown 1,200 students since December of last year. Others could probably explain it more, but some of those students would have exited out, so even taking that into account, it looks like it's up quite a bit.
Okay. And then the other question I have for you is about Hillsborough. I noticed that it's highlighted here in blue. Is that number, okay, their enrollment went up, right? But the percentage, why is that highlighted?
The blue highlight indicates that the school is currently under construction. I've talked with our planning and construction department. They don't feel that capacity will change once it's done, but it just notes that it's still under construction.
Okay, thanks.
Anybody else have any questions? I have one question. I was notified by a constituent this morning, and he didn't identify the actual school, but apparently they were told the enrollment numbers went down, and so they lost a teacher or two just like overnight, and the students were reassigned to a different classroom. Have we had any of that this year?
There will always be some budget adjustments as we get with day 20. So the schools that were below projection significantly would lose some funding, and the schools that above would gain it. If we knew which schools, we can tell you a little bit more in detail, but that's in general the process. it does happen fairly quickly. We can't move too much quicker than day 20 because we've seen it where we think a school's going to be down and then all of a sudden they have a large increase, especially after the Labor Day holiday. So we do typically wait to day 20, but we don't want it to drag out too much beyond this.
Okay. I'll try and get the name of the school so I can just, send that question to you.
Yeah, happy to get you more details.
Thank you. Yes.
Ryan, thank you for this presentation. On Neely's Bend, the projection for 1920 was 279. Program capacity is 429. Okay, so that's not a big discrepancy. Okay, I just saw it. Okay. So this program capacity, that is just how many students are able to go to the school and how many, kind of what opportunities are there for more students?
Yes, that's correct.
Anybody? Okay, Ms. Parker, and then Ms. Brogue. Either one.
Okay, I was just wondering, why do we not have capacity for charter schools and also for the special schools?
The charter schools, they staff their facilities and they kind of fluctuate a little different than we do, and so we just don't have capacity for them. We've asked. I can look into it, and we do have them for a handful that are ours, but that's about it.
Okay, and I'm sorry, but the special schools fluctuates wildly depending on the need.
The academies, as they kind of come in and out, they serve who they kind of need to. The
Okay.
ALCs would be in the same kind of ballpark.
Okay, I understand it for the special schools, but I think, it's been a few years, I think when we had discussions about charter schools and the Annenberg standards, that maybe this was something that we were going to look at, some calculations on what the expected capacity of charter schools would be. So I guess that's a conversation I'd like to have later. I know that's not within your area.
Happy to help out any way I can.
Okay, thank you.
So I noticed on Pearl Cone, Stratford, and Whites Creek clusters, they're significantly below capacity, right, in terms of space. So what are those conversations like? What is the planning process around that? Where are we on those conversations around facility use and enrollment? And I'm just curious.
So it's part of the MNPS Next work, which we are planning to provide an update to the board within the next few board sessions.
Anybody else for any questions? Okay, Ms.
So looking at the fall budget adjustment piece, so when we have the day 20 variance, and it's of course minus a certain number of students, does this tell us if those schools were impacted by a movement of teachers, or is it this by the SIFE adjustment number? What would tell us what to look for a movement of teacher resource?
It would be based on the budget value in that document.
Okay.
And so in theory, we're just moving budget dollars.
Right.
And in some places, that means people, and in some places, it doesn't.
Okay.
And the funds are transferred to the schools that gained enrollment.
Okay.
Anybody else with any questions? I think we're good. Thank you very much. Okay, we are going to move on to announcements, and we'll start with you, Ms. Bush.
Thank you. Hello, everyone. Of course, we had some heartfelt devastation last weekend, the Bahamas. With my family and myself, we were going to travel to the Bahamas, Freeport. That's my second home. It's like my vacation home. And I was very sad to see what happened. Of course, we all were across this world, to see what happened to Freeport. And I just want to ask for everyone to continue with your prayers and cover those Bahamian families. Also, I asked Dr. Battle to send President Dr. McPhee, who is the president of MTSU. Of course, you know, he's from Bahamas, and this is his territory, and he lost his niece. She was in her early 20s, so please pray for him. I think that he's traveling or already there to help. And I think we're going to send something from the board to MTSU. So thank you, guys.
Ms. Berry? Ms. Earl? Any announcements? No. No? Ms. Bugs? No? Ms. Pope?
Just want to say we had, Hillwood High School had its homecoming event last Friday night, and unfortunately I was out of town and did not get to attend, but it was a really great event. All of the elementary schools and middle schools came, and the level of enthusiasm around what's happening at Hillwood is something I have not seen before. So I just want to thank Dr. Schaefer for organizing that and for all the participation, and I'm looking forward to going next year. Thank you.
I do have a couple of announcements. This is, as Jeff Smith mentioned earlier before the meeting started, this is National Arts and Education Week, and we are celebrating the transformative power of arts and education. Passed by Congress in 2010 through House Resolution 275, this celebration is designated to bring attention to this cause for elected officials and educational decision makers across the country and to support equitable access to the arts for all students. Metro Nashville Public Schools is dedicated to providing every student with equitable access to arts education opportunities that demonstrate excellence in teaching and learning. I know that Dr. Battle and all of our district and school leaders share my enthusiasm for ongoing growth of our music, visual art, dance, and theater programs. Thanks to our outstanding educators for their work in transforming the lives of our students through arts. We are very proud of the recognition of our students and faculty at local, state, and national levels. I encourage all community members to share their positive stories about arts education by using the hashtag because of Arts Ed, and also tagging our district with hashtag ArtsMove MNPS and hashtag Music Makes Us. And everybody knows that that's one of my personal passions is music and arts in our schools, because the evidence is there. It makes a difference in a student's educational experience for them to be able to experience arts in their schools. My second announcement is from Congressman Jim Cooper's office. He wants us to announce that he is sponsoring Academy Day 2019 on Saturday, September the 21st. At the Nashville Public Library on Church Street. Registration begins at 9:30. The program begins for 10 o'clock, and they will meet with representatives from the U.S. Military Academy, U.S. Air Force Academy, U.S. Naval Academy, U.S. Merchant Marine Academy, U.S. Coast Guard Academy, the National Guard and ROTC programs, and the U.S. Department of State. So if you know any young men or women who are interested in attending any of these academies, please send them to the library on Saturday, September the 21st. And that concludes my announcements.
There being no further business, this meeting is adjourned.
This has been a service of the Metro Nashville Network. If you would like to see this presentation again, or for more information about this and other programs, visit nashville.gov.